feeding you lies, and they feed off of your emotions and your thoughts. And I believe as above, so below is 100% fact. And I believe as within, so without is 100% fact. I know that Earth is a prison planet, and I don't think it's that we chose to come here like a bunch of these numbo, I don't know what the word for them is, numb. One of these numb teachers try to make it seem like Earth is a place that we chose to come to evolve. This is not a place that you came to evolve. There's a place that you have to get out of, and you have to evolve to get out of it. It's a place that you've been placed here, and you've been injected with entities at birth. Many, many entities have been given false ideas, false goals, and false dreams. You've been manipulated, brainwashed, and turned into cattle for somebody somewhere, okay? And that's a fact of Earth. You know it deep in your core. And I'm one who's not afraid to speak about it because I'm free of it. Now, I'm not free of the system. Those are laws and rules and regulations. But internally, I don't live in the same world anybody else does. This is INC Nation. We're a movement wide. And it's for men and women. And we're going to get started. This is a free lecture for about 15 to 20 minutes worldwide. Then I go into a private space for men only. I'm going to teach the art of mating. I'm a master at mating. I'm a master of seduction. I'm a master of the game. And I'm going to be helping them because it's going to be men that are going to build the culture. And men right now, they have no idea how to deal with women. And it's just a disaster. So I have to teach them so that they can guide you and lead you, okay? Because women are to be led. Women are not to lead. Women are not to be in a position of power. Women are to be next to a man in power and augment his power and take from it. That's her essence, okay? And we have a book here called Breathing Truth. It's $10, okay? And it's our basic philosophy. I'm going to read from it. And I was reading it a little bit earlier, and it just happens to be about relationships today. I don't go too much into that publicly, but I'm going to read a few, see what you think. It says, they love the way you make them feel. They love the way you don't give a fuck what others say. They love that you're a fucking rebel. They love that they can't control you. This was written 10 years ago. They love that other women want you and you'll take them as you desire. They love that you don't take their shit. They love that you put them in their place when they act up. Now, the women are getting turned on right now. They love that you make money. They love that you could give a flying fuck about their friends and how they feel. They love that they have to chase you a little. They love that you challenge them. They love that you're free in all the ways that they are not. They love that they can never fully have you. They love that you can make them submit to you. They love that you fight. They love that you can be just fine without them. And who is they? You can figure that out for yourself. Next, in your life, you will come across people who constantly have drama in their lives and around them. You know people like that. Things around them seem to be a complete mess, and they can't seem to get it together. Then they bring you drama in your relationship with them. As soon as you see this, walk away. Walk away from them and don't turn around, no matter how much they beg or plead or threaten you. You see, their drama is not with you. Their drama is with themselves and life. Within their own souls, they suffer. And finally, I'm not looking for love. I'm not looking for love from my women. I am looking for obedience and loyalty. The love of a woman is not anything I seek, nor am I stupid enough to believe it when it is proclaimed. I, on the other hand, love my women, and this they can count on, as it is real and based on real honor and real ethics. This exchange should be looked at more deeply by men and women to have better relationships. Before you act stupid and argue my points, first get in some long-term fulfilling relationships, or have as many fulfilling relationships as I do before you speak your mouth. Next, 99%, that's a lot, that means all of you right now. 99% of your relationships out there are diseases. slowly eating away at your mind, at your heart, and your soul. A slow, disgusting death in which you are both killing each other from lies and resentments and failures to communicate and unspoken hostilities. 99% of your relationships out there are nothing but disgusting little diseases and parasites that feed on your mind and your soul. Maybe it's time you wake the fuck up and pay attention to my life. And that's why I'm here. I'm here as an example, as someone who's still walking the path, as someone who's still alive and still living life in the same time stream as everybody else. However, from whatever you see, wherever you are, some of you know me for years, some of you are, my girlfriend's known me for many, many years intimately, some of you are brand new, some of you will watch this video later and wonder who the hell I am. I'm somebody who started a movement worldwide, just like Black Lives Matter is a movement worldwide, Civil Rights Matter is a movement worldwide, feminism, and those are all major failures, and they're all disgusting. Every single one of them are disgusting, every single one of them, and you know it and I know it. Why? Because they destroy life. They make life worse, not better, right? And good and bad are very easy to understand. Good is survival, as L. Ron Hubbard said. Bad is succumbing and dying. Good is measured by oneself and one's family, one's team or group, mankind, and so on and so forth. So it's not enough to say, well, I feel like that, right? That's the independent woman movement. Some of the most miserable women that you'll ever meet, are women who have become independent. And we go to strip clubs. We're in Las Vegas, right? Don't blame an alligator for being in the swamp. He was placed there, but he survives well. So we love to go to strip clubs. And when we go to strip clubs, we see beautiful women that prey on men. Over half of them, it's more than that, but I can guarantee you over half of them have turned lesbian. They've begun to have lesbian relationships, and they're kind of proud of it. Most, if not all of them, have given up on men. Now, if the code of life was that, then it would be no problem. But there is a problem. That if that mentality goes forward, mankind loses. And God never created man and woman to not be together. He created them to be together. But God created man to lead the woman and created the woman to follow the man. That's the order. That's the order of nature. That's the order of mankind. That's the order of God. We take that on in relationships. Then moving out of that, let's go just for ourselves, okay? We weren't put here to work some kind of corporate job and do a bunch of corporate shit or do this and do that activity so we can make some money to pay the rent and then be exhausted and lack life and lack luster and energy so that we can get up and work again so we can do that. So every once in a while on a holiday or a weekend or take a vacation and get drunk as shit or get high as shit and forget about our life. That's not our existence. That's not what we were. We were designed as part of creation, and creation has the creator in it. Now it's very easy when I look at my cat or my dogs, I can see God in the cat and the dog. I can see life. I can see it analyzes, it survives, it does what it does, and it's different than the other one. And Homo sapiens, mankind, is also a creation of God. And it is the greatest creation of God. It is a mistake of the Western world to treat animals as your family. Okay, that is not correct, right? No dog should be licking your face. You don't have to believe me, okay? I'm here to speak my philosophy, which started a movement. You're welcome to start your own movement if you like, or sit on camera and see any schmo shows up to hear you speak. That's why you're listening to me, because people hear me speak all the time and their lives are better. Animals are not supposed to lick your face. Not at all. Not once. They're not supposed to share your bed unless you're an animal or you're one step away from having sex with an animal. You have to know that. They're not to occupy your bed. They're not to occupy your dining table. You're a human, civilized. They're dirty. They lick their own assholes. They do all kinds of crazy shit, right? They're not to be there. If I had a son or a daughter and they had an animal, they would know one thing for sure. They are greater than that animal, much greater than that animal. And that animal is not to be in bed with them, not to be on the dinner table with them. That animal is never, ever to correct the human being. Not with its claws, not with its bark, not with its teeth. Not my family. When we are living in a world now where animals are respected more than people, the more I get to know people, the more I love my cat or dog is a meme. Right. Okay, that's a testament of the person and how they feel about themselves. They hate themselves. They forgot they are people to that person. You are people, right? You are people. Other people see you as people. So when you have a bad idea of people, you have a bad idea of yourself. And how could a man ever love a woman if he doesn't love himself? It's impossible. Why? Because love comes from within. A man that doesn't love himself, he's a little bitch. What he is he's somebody who goes out there and tries to get the woman to love him so that he can feel greater about himself. Any woman that's been in a relationship like that knows how it ended. Every man out there that I see is doing that, including the men around me right here. They've lost their self-respect, they lost their own self-love, but they're on their way out of the mud. Like the lotus flower, we grow out of the mud. All of us were put into the mud. Every single one of us put into the mud. At some point, if you're a man, you're going to have to handle your relationship with your mother, your biological mother. There is no such thing as a stepmother, just so you know. It is a false idea. It does not exist. There's one mother. It's the one whose womb you came out of. There is no other mother. If she turned her back on you, that's because she had demons in her. And she was overtaken by the evil of the world because your father was weak. And that is the only reason why it happened. Because your father was weak. And he didn't know how to lead her. So, there is your mother. At some point, you're going to have to forgive your mother, and you're going to have to make things right with your mother. I'm speaking to the men. Your father. You only have one father. There's no such thing as a stepfather. I have girlfriends that have been with me for over 8 years, 9 years, over 10 years. They have children. Not one time ever did I try to be stepdad. I don't even want to know the fucking kids as far as I'm concerned. At all. Okay, hi, nice to see you. No problem. Okay? But I'm not involved because there's no such thing as a stepfather. It's such a shame when I go out and I talk to women, they're like, oh, but I love my stepfather. Your stepfather wants to have sex with you. That's what you don't know. His genetics are designed to not see you like that. No matter what he says, it's as disgusting as things can get. I don't want to get anywhere near a girl that I don't know who's developed in nature and is beautiful. And now I put a label of a stepdaughter. Go to hell. Okay? That's some bogus shit. There's one mother and there's one father. And before you get yourself out of the mud, you internally are going to have to fix that. Now, they could not like you. They could not talk to you. That's their problem, and that's what they have to deal with. You, inside, have to love both of them. Truly love both of them from the bottom of your heart, whatever they've done. Because you have to recognize that they did their best. And they, just like you, have all the bullshit you're dealing with the opposite sex. So, if you're a man and you ever dated a woman, how was that? Okay? If you were ever in a relationship with a woman for more than a year, how was that? Is there any man here who's been with a woman for more than 2 years who she has not acted absolutely insane? Is there anybody who's experienced that here? No. Is there anybody here who's experienced women acting absolutely insane? 100%. 100% of the hands are up here. You should know that. Okay? So that means your father also dealt with that insane bitch, which is your mother. That's a fact. Okay? Now, every woman that's ever dated, been in a relationship, have you ever been with a man who didn't act like a little lying coward-ass bitch? When a man lies, he's a weakling. He is gone. It's over. And all it takes is one lie. All it takes is one lie. Because all it takes is one bullet. Boom. All it takes is one sip of poison. That's all it takes. All it takes is one fall from the cliff. That's all. It doesn't take 2 falls, 2 bullets sometimes, but you don't want to take that risk. It's the same thing. If you're a woman, your mother was dealing with your father, and he was quite weak, quite pathetic. And a woman who's with a pathetic man suffers. And she's designed by God to destroy him. Okay, women are designed to go destroy weak men and use them and abuse them. And I think that's very fair, very just. One of my greatest pleasures these days is to watch somebody get devoured by a woman. I love it. I help them. I help the woman devour them, destroy their soul. Because if we were, according to God's laws, we would not want that weak man reproducing. So we have to put up with his criminal child later in the future because he didn't know how to guide his son. We don't want to deal with that. We don't want another man out there, right, doing wrong. Men are dangerous. You should know that. Men are the most dangerous animals on earth. And they don't want you to know that. Or want you to realize that. It's a story of the lion that was in the circus. His whole life he grew up in the circus. And the circus trainer would go around and whip, and people would clap for him. And he'd make the lions go like this, and lionesses. And there was a male lion there. And one day, the trainer would like to put his head in their mouth. Have you seen anybody do that? Go like that, right? What just happened to be that the lion woke up when the head was in his mouth. And he's like, whoa, what the fuck am I doing here? You ever happened to you? Happens to us all the time with Quantum Leap. What am I doing here? And looked and he said, ha, there's a man with his head in my mouth. And he chomped down. And the circus ran away. And then they took the lion and they were going to kill him. But for the first time, the lion roared as a lion. And he died a happy lion, finally. And when he came back, he was better in the next life. Because he woke up. Men are the most dangerous creatures on earth. We're so dangerous, the aliens are afraid of us. You should know that. They're afraid that we're going to catch up to them, and some of us have. Well, nobody likes to be a slave. We're made into slaves. Homo sapiens is a slave race for the Anunnaki, to mine gold for them. Then many others came. Many others came. Because when you have a slave mentality, anybody could rule you with some force and fear. So a man has to be fearless. But we live in a world of fear. So a man has to do what? Just like King Solomon did. He has to take the demons of fear and make them work for him. Build a temple inside. A temple of soul and moon. Man and woman. Yin and yang. Okay? That's my public lecture. If you want to know more, you go to www, that's 3 W's, right? .imc.co.com. No, not .com, .co. Okay? www.imc.co. That's it. Okay? And then you can find out what we do. It's called quantum leaping. It's a technology. It's a new technology, and it helps. It helps you get out of your shit. All right? And it's very easy. You've been reading a lot of books trying to help yourself. Some of you guys are like self-help junkies. I know what that's like. Some of you men have built your bodies, build your businesses, but your character sucks. Okay? A poor, piss poor character with a lot of fucking other shit around it. I have no respect for you. Zero respect. Okay? To earn respect, you're going to have to be a beast. We're going to go to what's called Bad Boys Club. I'm going to teach mating. If you're a man and you're not in class, in the next class, 2 words for you. Fuck you.